Okay, now don't say anything that's top secret or will ruin your cover. All right. So those of you out there that are actually 24-year-olds that are trying to bust drug rings inside the district schools, just remember, okay, this is just don't break your cover. All right.
Principal see this, like whatever recorded meeting?
It say again.
Is the principal allowed to see, like, if say a teacher records a mirror with the principal, like, can the principal still see it?
Only if he has access to my computer, which he doesn't. If he asked for access, I'd probably give it to him. Unless one of you did something really stupid that I thought was basically a forgivable sin, in which case I'd probably just conveniently, find a way to help you out. I don't know, maybe. Never know. Vertical angles, yes. We good now? All right. Now, what do you suppose the value for x is now? Look at this. How would I figure this out? What would I do to figure this out? What do I know about these angles that would allow me to calculate the value for x? Audrey?
That one side, that it's basically just 80 because it's the same number.
Yeah, so I'm going to be able to say 80 equals 2x, aren't I? Because these are opposite angles where two lines intersect, right? And we know from the definition of vertical angles that therefore these two values are going to be congruent. So 80 equals 2x, I divide both by 2, and I get 40 equals x. Right? Pretty simple stuff, really. It makes sense, right? So what if it looks a little stranger? Okay, this is all one point. I'm sorry that that's a lousy drawing. Those really all intersected exactly the same point, even though obviously it looks like absolute dog doo-doo. Please forgive and understand that I am not an art teacher. I am a math teacher. And since this is abstract space, all we need to do is understand it abstractly. Now, how do I solve this? Jacoby?
Do you subtract 10 from
Yeah,
both sides?
Well,
And then,
right. I'll set it up as an equation first, right? And then I'll subtract 10. Yep. I realized you were just kind of skipping a step because you already clearly understood it pretty well, which is cool. Now what do I do?
divide everything by 5.
Yeah. Not too tough, right? Pretty easy stuff. Now, these are the easy ones, right? These are the ones that are just helping us understand how this works, all right? So, not to worry. Nothing in the homework is hideous. Let's do some of the problems that look like what's the measurement of x? How would I find the measurement for x? Aaliyah?
Well, you would subtract the number you have by 90 because it's gonna equal 90. So that would be 40.
So I'm going to have 90 minus 50 equals 40. So equals x. Excellent, Aaliyah. Thank you very much. Right? Pretty straightforward stuff, right? All right. So the same thing works with supplementary angles. So what am I going to do here to find out what the value of x is? Someone new, please. Someone who has not answered a question yet today. Allie?
You would go 180 minus 40.
And I would get equals 140, which equals x, right? Now, that's basically the entirety of your homework. Now, are there a lot of them? Yeah, there's like 20 problems where you're identifying an angle. Well, that's no big deal. That shouldn't take long at all. Feel free to just write down O, A, or R. I don't really care, because it's really more about just understanding how it works, right? And just kind of refreshing our mind about what the different types of angles are. This is, even though there's 50 problems on the homework, I doubt seriously this will take you very long to do it all. I think for the most part, you're going to be like burning through it like no tomorrow. Feel free to just turn in a single sheet of paper with 1 through 50 written on it and just give me the amounts, okay? Or write obtuse or whatever. Yes, dear. Allie.
So just write the answers next to the
Yeah,
numbers.
because you probably will have to work out the equations on the vertical angles at the bottom, but there's only 10 of those. That's 41 to 50. So those aren't going to be hard. And a lot of those are single step equations. So I would just show your work on that and then just give your answer. And it shouldn't really be any big deal. Of course you can print it and take pictures. That's always fine. Look, Jacoby. Yes, Allie.
Were the answers included?
I did not
This
include
time
the
around?
answers this time because since the answers are so easy, I wanted to have you guys actually just work on them and
Oh,
be sure that
okay.
you know it's right yourself this time. So normally I would, but sometimes, of course, Brandon, you could do it in Word. That's fine. So sometimes I find that certain kind of problems, there's no benefit to giving you the answers because the work is really easy, and I really want you to focus on the work and make sure that you're reviewing it and refreshing your brain. Okay. And I don't think any of these are going to be challenging, so giving the answers isn't really necessary. But it's a fair question. All right, so tomorrow you will be in my room on this Zoom at 8:30 in the morning, right? Because we have our writing benchmark tomorrow. All right, we are not going to have class tomorrow. Your class is going to be working on you're just going to get this worksheet done by Wednesday, which is frankly a gift, because if this takes you half an hour, I'd be surprised. I'd be willing to bet you most of you can finish this whole worksheet in half an hour. Okay. Maybe the last 10 might take you 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but I'm pretty sure you can burn through the first 40 in probably about 10 minutes. The first 20 will probably take you about 4 minutes. It'll probably take longer to write the word down than it will be to actually figure out what the answer is. You know what I'm saying? So these aren't really going to be hard, and that's okay because it's supposed to be reviewed. So we're just kind of refreshing our brain. And the last 10 problems are kind of showing us what kind of fun is waiting for us over the next couple of weeks. Because would you like to see what the problems look like in a couple of weeks?
Sure.
Okay, let me show you. Just to make you, because I know sometimes some of you guys just aren't happy unless you can be unhappy. So I'll help you out with that, okay? Some of you are never satisfied unless you got something to really freak about. Let's see. So let's do. Oh, where are those crazy things? Oh, where is that? Come on. Nope, that's not it. Well, crummy, where did I put that? Well, never mind. I'll show you what it looks like. Let me draw one up for you just so you can see how much fun it can be. Because I know you're not going to be happy until you see what's coming. So I know how sick you people are. So you're going to get a shape that looks like this. And it's going to give you like a 30-degree angle over here. And it might tell you, they want you to tell them what X is. And then it'll tell you some other stuff here and there. And then you have to basically sleuth your way across this whole shape to find out what X is. It's really cool. It's fun.
Cool.
I'm sure you'll love it. But not to worry, because we're not doing that now because we're just starting up. But don't worry, probably by the end of the week, because I got a sneaking suspicion you guys are pretty good at geometry. How many people feel like their trigonometry is high school, darling? So Jacoby, for triangle names, if it's a little triangle, it's a cute triangle. It's so cute. It's a cute triangle, which means it's a little one. An obtuse. It even sounds big. My teacher was so big, he was obtuse. That's one of the ways I like to help kids remember. But acute angle is one of the easiest ways to remember which is which. All right. Questions on the material you're going to be working on?